Welcome!
Welcome, everybody, to the Kick Out at One show! Yes! Like and subscribe! That's the actual intro. Hello, everyone.
Oh, gosh.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Kick Out at One podcast. My name is Vivian J, the trained unprofessional, joined once again, finally, by the recovering and returning, the triumphant, the conquering of the sickness, Mikey Wild. I'm glad to have you back. How you feeling?
I'm just, sorry,
I managed to ask. I've never been a waitress before, but I have the timing for it perfectly.
I'm doing well. Feeling a lot better. The third time I got COVID. So,
oh man,
yeah,
going for a streak here
with vaccinations and boosts. So it mitigated, the damage done, but.
That's why you got recovered so fast. But you are in an environment for it. You work in a school, so you're basically working in a petri dish.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But
well, how are you?
I'm doing great, and I'm excited that you recovered so fast because advertising the plug of your show, you were wrestling, and I'm hoping to get this show out before the show happens. You work and wrestle on Saturday, on October 8th at the show They're Here for SNS Super Show alongside AEW Tag Champ Max Caster and fucking Tugboat, for God's sake. Tugboat.
The Shockmaster will be there, baby.
The Shockmaster has the pleasure of working alongside Mikey Wild. I don't want to get you heat.
the homie Sky Blue will be there also from AEW.
Yeah,
Chicago girl.
Absolutely. And oh man, I'm just so excited. I'm gonna be there as well in the role of viewer. Audience member.
with pre-sales, is projected we'll probably have north of 550 at the moment.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, so it should be a lot of fun. I'm really excited.
Links for tickets are in the description down below if you want to be there at the Brat Shop with us all to enjoy one hell of a good show. Make sure you get your tickets now.
And for those who maybe are wanting, because I just keep hearing like, oh, last match. It will be a 6-person elimination match. And it'll be Adam Grace, TW3, who are actually two guys I've known for quite some time in wrestling. Me and Grace were at AEW together in Minnesota. Just awesome guys. I love those dudes. But this is the first time I'm even going to share a ring with them. And likely the last. And then Trip Jordy, who I'm not terribly familiar with, but a graduate of Black and Brave from Rollins School. So he's been getting a lot of steam under him. He's been getting a lot of bookings, and he's been showing out. So I'm really excited. Dr. X, who I can't say much about, very old school guy, but he's not one to take to social media much. So not much footage. Can't find much there. Mason Conrad, who I've known for quite some time, but never been in the ring with either. I've known of him for quite some time. I should be clear. I've not really conversed with him much, but I am quite familiar with his work. So all guys that I'm happy to be sharing a ring with, and anybody who knows me, as you and I discussed prior to getting on here, how poor my back is right now. With the 3 herniated discs and my tailbone being shattered, essentially. Like having to have surgery, but like I don't have the time or cash to just do surgery. So I'm going to put off that as long as I can. So I'm going to put off wrestling as long as I can, which means I have, a couple more bumps left in me. And anybody who is seeing my Instagram or Facebook or Twitter in the last week has seen my head full of thumbtacks, me full of barbed wire, me powerbombed onto Legos from the top rope. I've seen an assortment of things, so I can assure you I have nothing planned for the match or the show, but I could imagine, just based on the things I come up with on the spot, I'm going to be limping, if not, wheelchaired out of the match. So,
yeah.
So I hope anybody's there to able to watch and support. Do know that yes, I will be in pain the entire time, but mentally I'm having fun. So I hope you do as well for that sake.
Oh yeah, you didn't earn the name Mikey Wild for nothing.
Yeah, it's not true. I didn't earn it all. It was given to me.
Well,
So
fucking, you kept it this long.
Hey, there was a good point where I was just going to change it to Mikey like soft jazz because that's how like boring I was.
Oh come on,
Not true.
Mikey
Not
soft
true.
jazz landing on the Legos with thumbtacks in his fucking head. Yeah, that would have made sense.
Well, that's why I had to step up my game. I was like, I can't have the name Wild and just be doing wrist locks for 4.5 minutes. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, for God's sakes. But no, when you got someone who knows they're going away and you got someone backed into a corner, you don't know what they're going to do. You know they've got to lay it all out on the field. That's when you know you're going to get one hell of a showing. You're going into it in pain. Everyone else is coming out of it with that pain in mind too. That's going to be what's happening in that field. You got a hell of a roster coming in. You know you've got competition. You know what you're going in. Those people have a lot of training and a lot of experience. So do you. They're going to feel the pain you're coming in with.
I've made my career taking bumps. Like, and I will plug that coming soon there will be Mikey Wild lowlights, because I do have a highlight reel that was made in like 2014. Maybe I'll make another one. Have someone make another one someday. But I'm gonna have someone just throw a compilation of my bumps throughout the past 15 years because I'm quite well known as someone who will take the bumps that others won't. And I wish I had more of them on camera, to be honest with you, because I mean, there's times where there's been 20 people in a gymnasium and nobody's videotaping anything. And it's like, do I really need to give you a back body drop off the apron onto the concrete? Oh, like, yeah, no, but I'm gonna take. I know, but I'm gonna take it. Yeah. So again, knowing full well, like having Max Caster, they're like people are paying to see them, but it's like you have the mentality of like, okay, I'm glad you guys are coming to see them, but you're going to leave talking about me. And
that's straight.
I have two guys in a ring who I absolutely adore that I'm going to bump all over the place for. A brand new kid coming out who I want to make his stuff look as good as possible. Dr. S, who being around forever, like I don't know what he's going to be able to do in way of moves. And I know the guy and I know he can do his stuff, but I also know I can make a neck breaker look like, oh my God. Oh, but just his basic neck breaker. So I'm excited because he works that old school style, and I can still add my flair to that. And then Mason Conrad comes with some pretty stiff stuff that I love taking. So again, it's not like I'm interested in like, hey, I want to give all my stuff to all different people. I want to get my shit in, which is funny because Ryan Cross, the promoter, specifically said to everybody in the match, like, hey, you guys are going to be setting the tone for the show. Get your shit in. Like it's 6 people. It's an elimination. There's not going to be tons of psychology, I imagine. But I mean, with me, and especially with X, and that, like, we're going to force it. But you know, you're going to see the stuff, and I have zero interest in making sure I get my stuff in there for the sake of getting my stuff in there. It's going to make sense in the course of the match for the story I'm telling. But I'm interested in taking everything and anything so people can, not for me, but so that people can take those and put them on their highlights in the future. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what I've spent my whole career doing, and that's what I want to go out doing.
Exactly. Because as much as this is a very significant match in the history of your career, as it has been throughout your career, you are as selfless as ever. In as much as this match will mean for the rest of your career, potentially forever, as whatever it will be, you have given as much as you have taken and more. And that to me is as much of a mark of a professional as anything could be. And that will never be thanked enough for the amount of people that you have shined and given. The recognition will never be properly appreciated. And
I greatly appreciate that.
Absolutely. There was one person in particular that gave you the recognition for how you properly, acted in a match that only a few, I think, will properly remember, in on your dark match, AEW dark match. And that was the person you shared the ring with. They knew what you did. They knew how you helped them in very specific moments, turning for the camera, making sure they look good.
Right.
That they won't forget that. They haven't, and look where they are now. That played a very pivotal role for them, and they won't forget you. All the people you've helped, they won't either. And your fans, me included, won't either. So however the match goes, all the people you're going to get to continue to help, thank you, Mikey.
I greatly appreciate that. And please sound off in the comments. Let me know if you guys would be interested in doing some retrospective stuff where we have like other wrestlers on here and maybe we do a watch along. Maybe we can even talk about some feuds or stuff, but we'll do a watch along. Like Viv, I'd even considered if this holds any interest to you. When I was going through looking at different stuff, I had found my second match ever.
Ooh,
my second match ever. At first I thought it was my first match ever because it was all the same people. And then I realized it couldn't be because I'm wearing wrestling boots. My very first match, my wrestling boots didn't come in time. So I'm wearing Chuck Taylors. So it's the second match of all time. If you would all be interested in doing a watch along and kind of talking how that got started and all that fun stuff.
Definitely. That would be really fun.
Yeah, but people let me know if anyone would be interested in the street fights, the stories leading up to matches, how we dissect match, put together matches, and just doing career stuff that anybody would be interested in. Because, I mean, so much of my stuff was not on YouTube and it's put on there late, or I just was never... I mean, I started in 2007, so there wasn't a huge YouTube contingent. It was just like the company will put it on their website and stuff like that. So it wasn't until later when things start to go up. So I'm not sure how many people are really even familiar with my body of work outside of bumps or certain things like that. There's a lot of people who even just know me as a deathmatch wrestler. And I'm like, really? Because I've done one deathmatch in my life. I've done 3 or 4 street fights. And it's like the reason you think of me as that is because when I do them, again, I don't care who you bought the ticket for, but I'm going to make sure you leave talking about what I did. And so that leads to you setting yourself on fire, taking power bombs through Legos and shattering your collarbones on dives and things like that.
Oh, God.
You're a big deathmatch guy. Yeah. You're a big deathmatch guy. Like, you mean that one I did in Milwaukee? Yeah, big deathmatch guy. Which, by the way, Viv, I don't think you've actually seen, have you?
I don't know.
The deathmatch in Milwaukee. Casanova has it up on his channel.
I'll need to watch that then because I haven't seen Casanova's channel.
I would love to watch that with you, as a matter of fact.
Absolutely.
Maybe even that would be one watch along with Casanova Valentine.
Definitely.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, we were wanted to get Casanova on here for sure.
We had meant to, and then stuff kind of got sidetracked. He's actually going out to LA right now, and then going out to Australia.
Oh,
so
that's a hell of a flight.
He's wrestling all over the place right now. But when he gets back, we'll definitely make sure we get him on.
Fantastic. No,
we'll roll into what we're rolling into because I could just keep jabbering on for hours about.
But yes, get your tickets for here. Make sure you watch it because it's gonna be a banger at the Brat Shop. Banger at the Brat Shop. Did I say Brat Shop? Sorry, I apologize. I was more. We don't
want to lose the building.
Sorry.
Could you imagine there was one of the most successful wrestling podcasts in all of middle area to northern Illinois? Couldn't even get our names right.
I was just more focused on making the banger and brat pun.
Touche.